I got fired by a family once because they thought that I was trying to convince them to still buy a home when I wasn't. After the home inspection, we saw that pretty much everything was amazingly done. Roof was done, HVAC was done. There was some stuff in the crawl space that needed to be done, but that was part of negotiation anyway. That wasn't going to be an issue at all. They called me freaking out. Madison, the city has no permits on anything. There's no permits pulled for the HVAC. There's no permits pulled on the roof. Absolutely nothing. Now, I was a new agent at the time, so I didn't really know how to respond. I'm like, okay, let me see what I can find out and I'll get right back to you guys. So I called my broker and my mentor. She goes, Madison, that doesn't require permits. A roof does not require a permit. And an HVAC system, as long as the heating part isn't gas, does not require a permit. We went through everything else and nothing that they did required permits. So of course nothing was pulled. So I called them back. I'm like, hey guys, I have good news. Nothing that they did required permits. Inspector absolutely loved how they did the work with everything that they did. So we are good to go, guys. They're like, we are not good to go. What's wrong? Well, we don't believe you. Permits should be required for the HVAC and the roof. I didn't really know how to respond. I'm like, but per city, they're not. They did things the right way from whatever I can see in the inspector. Absolute, Madison, pull us out. We'd like to terminate our agreement with you. I didn't know what to say. I was on the verge of tears at the time because, of course, as a new agent, every commission counted, and I had shown these people 20 plus homes at the time. This was a buyer's market, so they had time to look around and decide. So after a couple of months working with them, finding out, I've been under contract with 2 homes. The first one they released for a good reason. The second one they released for permits that weren't required not being pulled. It sucked back then, and it sucked even worse when I was part of a military spouse group, even though I wasn't a military spouse, and people were asking for agents, and I would see them tag another agent that they ended up going through and then bad talking me, not by name, but saying, yeah, our last agent tried to pressure us and all this. And that sucked because I absolutely was not confident enough to pressure anybody and just relaying information that I had. That was 9 years ago, and honestly, it still hurts thinking about it. Not because of the commission that I lost, but because of the reputation I have in their minds. But I hope they're doing well, and I hope they forgot about me and their experience that they have in their mind about me.